Hey guys, this is Sujay Kumar. Today I'm presenting the webinar on the topic of fermentation technology, its basics and importance. As this is the part of e-learning resource to the student, I will be go through brief and highlights regarding the fermenter and its function. I'm honored to the Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Biotechnology, SDM Postgraduate Center for this wonderful opportunity. Let us start. Fermentation technology. Mainly here we are dealing with the study of fermentation process, techniques and its application. We use this technology for producing food, pharmaceutical, alcoholic beverages by using organisms on a large industrial scale. Fermentation is a process that involves the biochemical activity of organisms during their growth, development and reproduction. Basic principle of fermentation technology is organism grown under suitable condition by providing raw materials meeting all the requirements such as carbon, nitrogen, salts, trace elements, and vitamins. Fermenter or a bioreactor is the heart of fermentation process. Fermentation technology is a whole field of study which involves studying, controlling, and optimization of fermentation process right up from upstream activity, midstream activity, and downstream or a post-fermentation activities. The study of fermentation technology requires essential inputs from various disciplines such as biochemistry, microbiology, genetics, chemical and bioprocess engineering, and even some sort of mathematics and physics are required. So let us begin with the bioreactor. Also we call it as a fermenter. Bioreactor is a specially designed vessel which is built to support the growth of high concentration of microorganisms. It must be designed that it is able to provide optimum environments or conditions that will allow supporting the growth of microorganisms. Bioreactors are commonly cylindrical vessels with hemispherical top or the bottom, ranging in size from some liters to cubic meters, and are often made of stainless steel and glass. The difference between the bioreactor and the typical composting system is that more parameters of composting process can be measured and controlled in bioreactors. The sizes of bioreactors can vary over the several orders of magnitude. The microbial cells may be having some cubic millimeter. Shake flask we have 100 to 1000 milliliter. Laboratory fermenter we have 1 to 50 liter. Pilot scale we have 0.3 to 10 cubic meter. Plant scale we have 2 to 500 cubic meter. These are all examples of bioreactor. The design and mode of operation of fermenter mainly depends on the production organism, the optimal operating condition required for the target product formation, product value, and scale of production. Design also takes into consideration of capital investment and running cost. The large volume and low volume product alcoholic beverages need simple fermenter, do not need the aseptic condition. High value and the low volume products require more elaborate system of operation and aseptic condition. Bioreactors differ from the conventional chemical reactors in that they support the controlled biological entities. As such, bioreactor system must be designed to provide a higher degree of control over the process upsets and contaminations, since the organisms are more sensitive and less stable than the chemicals. Biological organisms by their nature will mutate, so these microorganisms will mutate, which may alter the biochemistry of the bioreaction or the physical properties of the organisms. Analogs to the heterogeneous catalysis, deactivation or mortality occur and promoters or coenzymes influence the kinetics of bioreaction. The majority of fundamental bioreactor engineering and design issues are similar, maintaining the desired biological activity and eliminating or minimizing undesired activities often presenting the greater challenge than the traditional chemical reactors typically require. The key difference between the chemical reactor and the bioreactor is selectivity and rate. In bioreactor, higher selectivity, that is measure of the system's capability for producing the preferred product over other outcomes, is of the primary importance. In fact, selectivity is especially important in the production of relatively complex molecules such as antibodies, steroids, vitamins, proteins, and certain sugars and organic acids. Frequently, the activity and desired selectivity occur in a substantially smaller range of conditions than are present in conventional chemical reactors. Further deactivation of the biomass often possesses more severe consequences than chemical upset. The concentration of starting material, that is substrates, and the product in the reaction mixture are frequently low. Both substrates and the products may inhibit the process. Cell growth, the structure of intracellular enzymes, and products formation depend on the nutritional needs of the cells like salts, oxygen, and on the maintenance of optimal biological condition like temperature, concentration of reactants, and pH within the narrow limits. Certain substances inhibits effectors, precursors, metabolic products influence the rate and mechanism of the reaction and intracellular regulation. Microorganisms can metabolize unconventional or even contaminated raw materials like cellulose, molasses, mineral oil, starch, wastewater, exhaust air, biogenic waste, a process which is frequently carried out highly viscous non-Newton media. In contrast to isolated enzymes or chemical catalysts, microorganisms adapt the structure and activity of the enzymes to the process conditions whereby selectivity and productivity can change. Mutation of the microorganisms can occur under the suboptimal biological conditions. Microorganisms are frequently sensitive to the strong shear stress and to thermal and chemical influences. Reactions generally occur in gas, liquid, solid systems, the liquid phase usually being aqueous. The microbial mass can increase the biochemical convention progress. Effects such as growth on the walls, flocculation, or autolysis of microorganisms can occur during the reactions. Continuous bioreactors often exhibit complicated dynamic behavior. The vessels should be robust and strong enough to withstand the various treatments required, such as exposure to high heat, pressure, and strong chemicals, and washings and cleanings. The vessel should be able to sterilize and to maintain stringent aseptic conditions over long periods of actual fermentation process. The vessel should be equipped with stirrers or mixers to the ensure mass transfer process occur efficiently. It should have sensors to monitor and control the fermentation process. It should be provided with inoculation point for aseptic transfer in inoculum, sampling valve for withdrawing a sample for different tests. Baffles should be provided in case of stirred fermenter to prevent vortex formation. It should be provided with facility for intermittent addition of an antifoam agent. In case of aerobic submerged fermentation, the tank should be equipped with the aerated device, provision for controlling temperature and pH of fermentation medium. Manholes should be provided at the top of access inside the fermenter for the different purposes. Some of the points considering while designing this fermenter, these are productivity and yields, fermenter operability and reliability, product purification, water management, energy requirements, waste treatment. Design in features so that process control will be possible over reasonable ranges of process variables. Operation should be reliable. Operation should be contamination free. Traditional design is an open cylindrical or rectangular vessels made from wood or stone. Most fermentation is now performed in closed system to avoid contamination. Since the fermenter has to withstand repeated sterilization and cleaning, it should be constructed from non-toxic corrosion resistant materials. Small fermentation vessels of a few liter capacity are constructed from glass and or stainless steel. Pilot scale and many production vessels are normally made of stainless steel with polished internal surfaces. Very large fermenter is often constructed from mild steel lined with glass or plastic in order to reduce the cost. If aseptic operation is required, all associated pipelines transporting air inoculum and nutrients for the fermentation need to be sterilizable, usually by steam. Most vessels cleaning operations are now automated using spray jets which are located within the vessels. They efficiently disperse cleaning fluids, and this cleaning mechanism is referred to as cleaning in place. Associated pipework must be designed to reduce the risk of microbial contamination. There should be no horizontal pipes or unnecessary joints and dead stagnant spaces which material can accumulate. Otherwise, this may lead to ineffective sterilization. Overlapping joints or unacceptable and flanged connections should be avoided as vibration and thermal expansion can result in loosening of the joints to allow ingress of microbial contaminants. But the welded joints with polished inner surfaces are preferred. Normally, fermenters up to 1000-liter capacity have an external jacket and larger vessels have internal coils. Both provide a mechanism for vessel sterilization and temperature control during the fermentation. Other features that must be incorporated are pressure gauges and safety pressure valves, which are required during the sterilization and operation. The safety valves prevent excess pressurization, thus reducing potential safety risks. They are usually in the form of metal foil disc held in a holder set into the wall of fermenter. This disc bursts at the specified pressure and present a much lower contamination risk than spring-loaded valves. For transfer of media, pumps are used. However, pumps should be avoided if aseptic operation is required, as they can be a major source of contamination. Centrifugal pumps may be used, but their seals are potential routes for the contamination. These pumps generate high shear forces and are not suitable for pumping suspensions of shear sensitive cells. Other pumps used include magnetically coupled, jet and peristaltic pumps. Alternative methods of liquid transfer are gravity feeding or vessel pressurization. In fermentation, operating at high temperatures or containing volatile compounds, a sterilizable condenser may be required to prevent evaporation loss. For safety reasons, it is particularly important to contain any aerosols generated within the fermenter by filter sterilizing the exhaust gases. Also, fermenters are often operated under positive pressure to prevent entry of contaminants. So till now I have highlighted about the reactor design and basic requirements in fermenter technology to execute a fermenter setup. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. You can talk to me online or through online channels for your doubts. We will be ready for your help. Stay tuned. Thank you.